Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening even. Let my little tune play out as we get stuck in. Shock horror, there's actually games going on Run It Once. Maybe that's because it's evening time or something like that for them. Shit though. Good shit. So we've got a load of tables kind of waiting to get going here. I don't know why my this is quite funny actually. I'm just turning music up, but it's telling me I'm still watching Lex Veldhouse, which I'm not. I closed his stream down like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. But there we are. So we're going to be looking for a repeat of the other day, basically, where I or yesterday actually, where I had a bit of success. Could have been better, could have been worse. But all in all, was not too shabby at all. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys, and hopefully going to be a good one today. That's the plan, at least, anyway. Just gonna check against Aiden here, who opened up pre-flop. We're gonna throw a little stabberoo out on the turn here. The river card is a really fucking bad card. I mean, we're doing terribly anyway because we've got 9 high, but yeah. Oh, we actually chop. Oh, that's brilliant. There's nothing like chopping with fucking 9 high there. That's brilliant. Big fan of that. Hey, we got another table going. This one at 4 NL and this one at 20 NL. Technically, we've only got 10 buy-ins for 20 NL, which is why I'm mainly trying to get into 4 NL games. But every time I've played 20 NL thus far, at least, fingers fucking crossed, I've ended up with a good result. Meanwhile, we pick up a 4 on the river here. And 4 will be good enough to beat 5 high. This is a really sucky kind of position. I feel like I need to call at least 1 here. Ace is going to be good a lot of the time. Obviously, we can hit a king for the nuts. I mean, I was kind of hoping that the ace was going to slow him down if he had like a king queen or a queen jack, or jack 10 or king 10, something like that. But against this size on the turn, I don't feel like I can call, to be honest. He's just representing way too much strength. Let me know if my camera goes too dark, guys. The sun is literally like on my face if I open my curtains, so it's a bit of a tragic affair, to be honest, if I have the curtains open. Got a call in the big blind here with the 9-8 off. It's not the best flop in the world. And I might actually have a party poker table opening shortly. I've registered to a free roll that they just gave me a ticket for, so I might open that up as well, and we'll see what we can do. You know. Yeah. I don't think I can really bet at this. I don't think anyone's calling without a flush basically on the river there. Might get a call from like a 3 or something sometimes, but very rare. Very rare. We're just going to be a chill one this evening. We are having a couple of beers. I think I'm gonna bet about half pot on this turn, just see if I can get him off some random trash. And with a 9 on the river, I'm quite happy to just check back with my showdown value. He's got queen with a diamond draw, so that makes sense. We're on 20 NL table. We are raising it up, raising up the jack 9 off. Raising up various offsuit hands at the minute, because we're not getting anything else. King queen suited will be a nice nice change of pace. I'm making do with what we've got. I'm definitely 3 bet this. And 8-7, it's quite a big raise from Josh C. I think I can still call though in the big blind. It's not a great flop for me. Although I hit the bottom pair, it's really good for his range. I mean, he's going to be raising a lot of trash in the small blind as well, but I have a lot less ace highs than he does. Or ace X rather. Okay, we got some more tables opening up now. Looks like someone has been someone's been leaving a bunch of tables. And we've also so we got full complement now. That was quick. To get everywhere just fucking opened up all at once then. So we got 4 tables of 4 NL, 1 table of 20 NL, and then 1 random free roll on party poker from a ticket that I won in their little bloody login and spin game thing. With the jacks here, we're gonna c-bet about not that much. We've got all the ace X and queen X and so on, so we'll be betting this a lot of the time. Obviously, we're just folding against the raise, but even though our jacks hate that flop, our range likes it, so we should be betting. Should at least be betting. Not expecting a massive turnout on the stream this evening. Of course, got Lex Veldhouse with like 10,000 people watching him at the minute, so hard to compete with that. But I've come up with a schedule now, which is going to be every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. So, what's the point in having a schedule if you're not going to use it, eh? Raising up sixes, and we'd hit top pair with the queens. Deuce isn't actually one of the cards we want to see, because a lot of 6-5 and ace-5 will get there. Not enough for us to slow down, of course, but worth keeping in mind. And we get the fold. Meanwhile, these guys are just taking fucking forever for every single decision here, which is a bit annoying. I mean, this flop does hit my range a lot better than his. I might throw out a little one and done. If he's got like 7-5 suited or something, he's just folding this, so. Yeah, we get it through. King Queen, we raise pre-flop, check this flop, which is obviously terrible. We're just going to check again on the turn here. Hope to see a showdown, really. We don't want to start putting money in on this type of board. It's too dangerous for us. We also win a pot over here with the ace-10 suited. Been running quite well the last week or two, to be honest. So looking for that to continue today. Finally taking the old bankroll, and not this specific site's bankroll, but my overall bankroll across all sites. It's finally over a K in terms of dollars anyway, which has been a long ass time coming, but I feel like I've put in the work to deserve it. There was a hand I missed down here just then, which unfortunately I can't replay, I wasn't part of, but seemed like there was some money flying around. Meanwhile, 3-betting the king queen. No joy there. Well, I suppose there's joy in the sense that I got him to fold, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Ace queen off here. We get 3-bet. I think we should really be looking to 4-bet fold this. We don't really want to call and have to play post flop out of position with ace queen off. Better to just get a fold now, or get 5-bet shoved on and fold ourselves. And whilst it does cost us a fair bit for that to happen, I think that's a better option than either folding or just calling there. We've got a couple of hands going on here. We've got the ace king on our, let's call it our featured table, the 20 NL. And we take it down. Meanwhile, over here we're calling the cold 3-bet with pocket nines, basically trying to go for it against aces and kings. And we do flop the set, which is what we were looking for. And we hold against ace king. And that is the first double of the day. Happy fucking days, basically. My headphones are shouting at me because they've got low power and they need charging up. Alright, headphones, I will do as you say. I'll do as you command. What the fuck is around? I've not actually charged these headphones once since getting them. Bear in mind I've been using them for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks now. Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, stop telling me to fucking charge. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to listen to Metallica. I'm just a simple man trying to listen to Metallica. This isn't going to reach, is it? No, it's not. Okay. I've got situations going on that call for my attention here. It's my own fault for not charging it. I knew this was going to happen at some point. Alright, Will T, we're going with it, mate. Gets ace jack suited. Oh, he brings the fucking ace on the river, guys. I mean, I can't blame him too much. Yeah, I can't blame him too much because, you know, 2 overs and nut flush draw, like, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that sucks, really. Trying to get my fucking headphones to work here. Got jack 10s all over the shop. Jack 10 here, jack 10 there. Jack 10 fucking everywhere. We take it down with that one, but we are getting 3-bet here. I think we can call this. I don't think it's the worst decision in the world there to call. Let's try these headphones again, shall we? This is all of my own making as well. I'm fully aware of that. There we go. It was one of the first things that I looked at with when I was looking at getting a new pair of headphones. All the headphones I looked at, I was like, right, I know what I'm like. I'm gonna forget to charge the fucking things, so I need to be able to plug them in when I haven't charged them, and they just work. And sure enough, they do. Happy days. Raising up pocket 7s. I've completely lost where I. Oh, it was on this table actually, where I lost with the kings. I'm not looking forward to a repeat of 2 Sundays ago where I lost basically every hand with kings. I've got a little video coming out about that as well, just for the lulz. Speaking of kings, actually, here we go. This will be the tester now. Okay, we take that one down. Not the biggest pot in the world, but at least we take it down. We flop top and bottom pair here. It's a really connected board, and it's not too appealing for either player really. This turn is even less appealing. The river's okay. We can call a bet on the river, or maybe go for a cheeky little stab, cheeky value bet. Hey, we get value. And we get value over here. We're getting value everywhere, guys. And we're raising up the sevens over here. And in both of these, on both of these tables where I went for the value bet on the river, they both had ace nine. The various capacities. This makes no fucking sense whatsoever, this donk bet. I think he's just trying to get me to fold basically exactly the type of hand I've got, so I'm just going to come straight over the top and just try and bully him out of the hand, basically. Against the call, I think I now have to start checking. Hey, we hit an ace. And now we're going to go for value. I'm going to go for value against like king queens and stuff like that. And may decide they want to call. Not too worried about him having ace king here. Certainly possible, but it's very unlikely. Hey, we win the hand. I didn't actually see if we got the value or not. No, we didn't think so. Raising up the ace 10 here, and also we're in a hand with queen 10 suited in our little free roll tournament thing. I'll stick this up in a bit more prominent position on the screen for you. Pocket jacks. Fuck the jacks. We got queens. We got queens on the punting table. Come on, Adriana, make your decision here. You're either going to get 3-bet or you're going to get out of the hand. Those are the only options. Happy days. Not the happiest of days, of course, but quite happy there to get pick up some blinds at least. We've barely played a hand on this table, to be honest, so it's just nice to get some action going on there, you know. Ace 10 suited, raise it up, pretty standard. We get called here while we've got the king jack. Gonna make it a pretty sizable c bet here. I'm gonna go with about, yeah, fuck it, let's go with that. Just want to like really make sure I get value from random jacks, random 5x, some even some random 3x, some flush draws, maybe even some straight draws, you know, all that good stuff. This is kind of weird, not gonna lie, kind of weird. I'm gonna raise it up now. I'm folding against a shove because a shove is always going to be, you know, like a straight or a 2-pair or a set or something like that. But I don't want to start, yeah. I don't want to start giving free cards around. I'd rather just fold now and save myself any potential issues on the turn and river that could cost me my stack. Good that doing that sometimes, just raising on the flop, and then you get kind of an immediate answer of how likely it is you're going to win the hand. And generally speaking, if you've got top pair, top kicker, and then you raise them on the flop and they come back over the top of you, there's a very slim chance that you're going to be ahead right then and there. Can we hold against the ace-6? We do flop top set and we do hold. So we're surviving so far in this little free roll. I don't even know if it's got like a late reg or anything. A rate ledge? What the fuck is a rate ledge? Don't know what a rate ledge is, but it's a pretty insane structure. This party tournament that we've got going on. It's where did I take it? There it is. It's got 2-minute blinds. So even though there's like 3,000 people in it, this tournament's going to be over in like 2 hours, if that, which is crazy. I fully, like, I have no expectations of getting anywhere in it, but it's one of those things. You get a free roll, and who knows, maybe you pick up a few bucks here and there. To be fair, on Party Poker, the thing that kind of got my bankroll started on there was a free roll that I was in one random weekend, and there was like 11,000 entrants in this free roll. Might even be more actually. Might be like 20,000. And I came like about 150th, and won about $150, and I was like, oh sweet. And I wasn't even paying attention. I had it just off to the side on my phone while I was watching TV on a Saturday night. And I was like, oh, I've got some sort of roll on Party Poker now. That's useful. I'll use that. And since then, I have used it, and I've won a couple of tournaments, and I've got some good results. Yeah. Just going to call with the 8s here. Try and flop a set. We miss. And it's quite reasonable to expect one of the two of these guys to have either a king or a 9 here, so we're just going to fold on the flop. Especially this guy who's raised under the gun. Wow, king 10 and pocket 10s. So I was right, one of them had a king. There you go. 10's very lucky there to hit the straight on the river, mind. They were drawing not far from dead there. It's kind of a slow session so far. We haven't had any major hands. We've had 2 all-ins, one of which we won, one we lost. But we're picking up some. We must be picking up pots from somewhere, because like we're doing reasonably well on this table. This is the table where we doubled up earlier. And thus far we're probably about break even on our 20 NL table. So we're doing all right, like. It's a pretty shitty flop for us. Again, it's one of those where you flop the bottom pair, and yeah, maybe you could try playing it, but like the ace and the jack is just so high up in Josh C's range, especially when he c-bets as well. There's not much reason to continue there. Meanwhile, we get 3-bet while we got ace queen on the button. I'm going to go for the same approach that we went with earlier with ace queen in the tournament. Go for a 4-bet. If they 5-bet, we fold. If they call, then obviously we play post flop as well as we can. But usually when you 4-bet someone in that position, they're either going to go all in or do some sort of 5-bet, or they're going to fold. So you get a pretty cut and dry kind of sequence of events. Cut and dry sequence of events is what I was trying to say there. I was hoping Arturo was going to do something stupid there, but no. Did not do anything stupid. Did the best thing that you can do pre-flop against aces, which is fold. I'm in a bit of a spot with this deuces hand. I feel like I can call at least one. I think they're going to have some random flush and straight draws a lot of the time, none of which we block. It's one of those weird situations where we're better off calling with deuces than we are with fives. As counterintuitive as that might sound. They could have an ace high, they could have had an ace high rather. But I think they're still going to have a lot of missed, like 8 9s, you know, queen jack of diamonds, hands like that, you know, that oh, fuck off party poker. I'm making decisions here. So I'm going to call basically and hope to see some good news. Hey, he didn't even have a draw. Didn't even have a draw. What do you take me for, Stanley? For God's sake, Stanley. Think I was born yesterday? Come on. I mean, I completely understand Stanley's play there from a certain perspective, because he ain't winning the hand at showdown with Jack High, obviously. But yeah, it's not not a situation where I should be folding with deuces, I don't think. We're just going to check back with the 8s here. Jack is a really good card, actually. Reduces a lot of the Jack X in his range. And we're just going to look to play for a showdown here. I hope to see like a random ace high. And of course, he donk bet fucking queen 8. And hit the queen on the turn. And that was the other reason for me checking back the river there. Because a lot of the time, and the turn actually, a lot of the time what you get is people who they bluff you on the flop and then they hit their hand and then they just shut down because they just hit a pair or something like that. So it's usually something to watch out for, I tend to find. This is heinous. I think I'm just giving up on this board now. It would come a jack on the river. Like ace jack was one of the only other hands that I thought, oh, maybe you could have ace jack, and yeah. I mean, I could have ace jack as well. I certainly have ace jack, but I think I'm just gonna stick with my original plan of give up and hope to see ace 10. Although it doesn't make any sense what he would call with on the flop, apart from some sort of pair. Like, you shouldn't be calling with ace jack, I don't think. Meanwhile, we've got pocket. Speaking of jacks, we've got pocket jacks here, and it's kind of a shitty situation, really. Because whilst we do block the spades, there's far too many people in the hand for my liking. And now the ace on the turn just makes it 10 times worse. I think I need to check this. Also in a heinous pot over here. We 3-bet and got called. C-bet the flop, got called again, and now this turn is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Hey, we won with the jacks. Maybe just add a random, like, king X of spades or something. They have pocket 10s with the 10 of spades, so we literally just about had him. We got beat by ace queen up here as well. It's hard to say if I'm up or not right now. I actually don't know. I think I might be down a touch. Only a touch though. I'm going to throw in a little bet with our king on the river here, try and get some value from it, which we do not. Well, someone's got to Fancy stack over here. They've got a fancy pants stack. I'm not calling that, mate. No. No, not calling that. Ace-9, gonna raise it up. Not the best hand in the world, not the worst hand in the world. Although it is one of those hands that is deceivingly bad. Because whilst it looks very good, it is very hard to make anything good with Ace-9. Unless you hit, like, literally 2 pair. Unless you hit 2 pair with Ace-9, you're pretty much stuffed for almost anything else. It's a shame we couldn't get the C-bet through on the flop there. Meanwhile, we're all in with the 10s. We get it through. Wouldn't it be fun if we could just bink this fucking random free roll? Like, over 4,000 players entered, and it's like $50 for first place, which is like, in usual circumstances, like, don't bother playing a 4,000 player tournament for $50 as your first place prize. But in this situation, it's not too bad, given the fact that the blinds are only 2 minutes per level. Raise up the Queen 10 suited. We got King Jack suited, or King Jack off rather, down here as well. That is a ridiculous flop. Just going to check it back. This flop shouldn't be hitting my range very well anyway. But I am going to represent the 10 on the turn for the exact same reason that I'm now going to bet the 10 on the turn here. Because I have 10s in my range a lot more than I have, you know, 6s and 5s and stuff like that. And we did take the hand down by here as well. Meanwhile, we are all in with the Ace-9 suited, and we get fold. Is quite surprising given the size of the stack that this guy has. And I think we need to gamble it up with the 4s. I'm not going to lie. Blinds are moving up thick and fast. They're coming around. We're almost in the big blind. And unfortunately, we see the bad news, see the 6s. We need to hit a 4, or a 4, or a 4. No, we don't hit a 4. Okay, well that's the free rollover. We flop an open ender here. We've got the pocket jacks as well. So we got opportunities, basically, is what I'm saying. Opportunities to make some hands. I mean, the question here, obviously, is, we got jacks literally the next hand as well in this table. The question is, do we want to raise now, or do we want to just call, try and hit our hand? I think we just want to call at this stage. With 2 players in the pot, it stands to reason that one of them's probably got a king and isn't going to fold to a raise, so we'd just be inflating the pot without a great deal of reason, to be honest. We're inflating the pot hoping to hit a straight, which a lot of the time isn't going to come. And I feel like this is a value bet from a king, even though I hit the 7 on the river, which you can't quite see because of poor placement, but yeah, I didn't call on the flop to hit a 7 and then call for, you know, that much. Oh, he's actually got Jack 7. Alright, fair enough. And this guy had a king anyway, so there we are. 3-bet in the 9s. We haven't played many hands on our 20 NL table, but we're in one now. And we do take it down. Meanwhile, I'm being awfully cheeky here, trying to take the splash the pot amount I couldn't take it pre, I'm going to try and take it post. Meanwhile, 3-betting my ace-queen suited against Madeline here. And we do take down the smash pot and mount post flop there. Pocket sixes, we're going to c-bet here. They need some protection from random like jack tens and shit like that. And a lot of the time we'll just get folds from our friend here's random trash like that. But fortunately, there are those occasions where they call, and then you've got to decide, well, do they have a flush draw, or do they have an ace? I'm going to decide that I don't know, so I'm going to check and look to call some sort of bet on the river. So they're going to be betting their ace X on the river, and they're going to be betting their missed flush draws a lot of the time. And sometimes we just get it checked over to us and we can get an easy showdown. And he did that of an ace, so we saved ourselves some money there by taking a little bit of a conservative line. We found ourselves in a little heads-up match over here, which happens a lot on Run It Once. I'm sure if you've ever played on Run It Once, you will have found, or if you've ever watched my stream before. I want to stress as well that, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll move all my tables around. I want to stress as well, like, as much as I primarily play on Run It Once, when I'm on stream, this isn't a Run It Once stream, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like, I do occasionally play on some other sites as well. Got a gut shot here, which is interesting to say the least. Not quite as interesting as flopping trips here against Julio. We're going to throw a small c-bet out there. You can get some value from some spade draws, which now make a flush. It's good, isn't it? We'll see what Julio does here. We're not going to be looking to fold to very much. We're certainly not folding to a bet of 60 cents on the turn. Julio here could have like a king 10 with a king of spades, which is perfectly reasonable hand for him to bet with. Could also have worse aces as well. Could have ace 5 or something like that. And we'll see what Julio does. I'm hoping Julio's just going to check back a 10 here. But I'm not going to hold my breath. What do you want to do, Julio? What do you want to do? I feel like he's gearing up to shove. This feels like one of those spots where people like pretend that they're thinking, but actually they already have the all-in fucking amount selected. And they're just waiting to press it because they want to make me think that they're considering checking back. Yeah, and this is kind of shit I'm talking about, you know. I mean, this is 100% a value bet. The question is, what's he value betting with? Are we block trip aces and we block boats? But obviously what I'm concerned about here is the flush. And we obviously 3-bet pre-flop as well, which means that if he does have an ace, it's more likely to be at the top end of the aces. So I think I'm going to fold it. It's quite a conservative fold, I realise, but I just think I'm going to see far too many better aces or flushes there. And sometimes even like pocket 10s or ace 10 as well. Makes a boat there. And we're c-betting with our gut shot and 2 overs here. Right, you hate to see it, don't you? I could call this. If I had Jack 10 of clubs, I might. If I had Jack 10 of spades, I definitely would. Meanwhile, our little heads up match here, we're going to come in for a big raise with our ace-9 off. Rather just get the fold pre-flop, pick up a little bit of splash the pot right back. We can, and we do. And this is pretty horrendous. Like, a lot of the time I feel like this is going to be you know, like a jack-9 or some shit like that, which we're not dead against, we're not doing terribly against. The problem is here is, say we call and we hit a 10, well now we lose to any 7 which has a straight, and obviously all of the other shit, you know, your jack, like your jack, your 10-9s and whatnot. Meanwhile, we've got a weird pot developing down here. We can't really fold this now, I don't think. Ace King, okay, fair enough. Can't really argue with that. And nor can they argue with my pocket queens, with my ladies, which we're going to raise up. We'll see what Marlon K wants to do here. Does want to fold, fair enough. Meanwhile, we've been betting at this board here. Going to check back the river, hoping to see some ace highs that decide to call. And we do see the ace king. So we've picked up a fair bit of value there, actually, given the fact that we only had pretty weak pair. We're tangling with Marlon K again. Unfortunately, we flop absolutely fuck all. So we're letting it go. And we're 3-betting the ace king here. Going to c-bet our queen 9 suited with the top pair and a relatively decent kicker. And I think I'm just going to call this. This is going to sometimes be pocket 4s, sometimes be pocket 5s. And I was about to say, sometimes it's just going to be a flush draw or a straight draw. And that is a really fucking shitty turn card, to be fair. So I'm going to let go. Not the nicest situation to be in there. Oh. Seems like a few players have been leaving the tables around here. We've got a couple of short-handed tables on the go. In fact, almost all of them are short-handed, to be honest. I'm going to c-bet against Malcolm and hope to just take it down. Unfortunately, we don't, so that's going to be our one and done. Meanwhile, we have 2 overs and a second nut flush draw here. See the call from Darren. We're going to c-bet on the ace again. It's good for our range. We're going to be c-betting ace X a lot on this flop. And obviously we can c-bet the turn and a lot of the time get a fold. Or even if we do get called, then we have some good outs. Meanwhile, going to come in for the 4-bet with our ace king here. Our 3-bet with the pocket kings. We'll focus on the ace king for now because that is at the moment the more interesting of the hands. Super fucking dry board against the call here, and you know, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling great about it. Nothing's folding. The only thing that's folding is what I've got, which is ace king, which isn't great because obviously I block ace king. Not a lot, but I do block some of it. I think I'm gonna go for the check here. Thing is, I'll be checking this a lot with pocket aces and pocket kings as well, trying to induce some action from queens and jacks. But in this scenario, you know, do I want to call 20%? I've got 20%. I think it's a call, actually, for me to potentially hit an ace or a king. So if I'm getting 20% as odds, in fact I was getting better than 20%. And I think I can bluff this river. Ah, fuck. Oh, you fucking dick. Fair play, Bria F, you completely outplayed me there. You suckered me in with the check on the turn. See, my thinking there was that Bria F maybe had pocket jacks and was afraid that I had like ace queen suited, or that I'd slow played aces, kings, and queens myself. So I thought I might have been able to get a cheeky fold from jacks, or possibly pocket king, or possibly ace king there, but no, I got outplayed. I can't say any more than that. All I can do is try and do better next time. I still stand by my call on the flop though, because the bet was so small that against jacks and queens, I still had more than enough of a percentage to potentially try and hit a hand. You know, I pick up the queens here. So I realised that was a really lame explanation of why I called on the flop there. I'll try better now. So when they bet only 250 into 10 bucks, that makes the pot 1250, meaning that if I call 250, the pot will be 15. So what I need to work out basically is, well, if I call, it's actually 1/6 of the pot. It's not even a fifth. It's a sixth of the pot. So if I call a sixth of the pot, how much percentage do I need to hit my hand? Well, I need about 17%. I know I said 20% at the time, but that's because I was thinking in my head it was a fifth, but it's even less than that. It's a sixth. Fucking hell. This is a bad start, guys. This is a really fucking bad start. Yeah. Yeah, so with 17% with ace king there, I kind of need to call, because on the flop, with 2 more streets to come with ace king, I've got 6 outs, and it's, generally speaking, it's 6 times 4. What's your approximate kind of odds of hitting something compared to your outs? So I had about 24-ish% to hit something. So calling for 17% of the pot was the correct play. My shove on the river, debatable. Debatably terrible. And this hand just now against the pocket queens, sorry, with the pocket queens against the 7-8, that's just bad luck. Like, there's nothing I can do in that situation, because for every 7-8 he's got, he's also got 6-7 or 7-9. So we're struggling a bit at the minute, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's not been the best start in the world. We did start off okay, actually. We started off with a double up on one of the tables, and it's all gone downhill from there, basically. And then this happened yesterday. You know, we started off down a buy-in or buy-in and a half or something like that, and ended up finishing up like 3 buy-ins or something. Oh, not 3 buy-ins, sorry. We ended up winning about a buy-in and a half. So we clawed back 3 buy-ins worth. I mean, it is don't get me wrong, guys. This is the danger of playing, essentially under bankrolled for the state that you're playing at. So I'm not bankrolled to play 20 NL, and yet here I sit. But I know that my bankroll can take a few hits at 20 NL before getting completely crushed, you know? What I think I'm going to do, though, because I think this Bria player is really good. Like, obviously, the hand I just played where they suckered me in with when they hit their set of queens on the turn, that's obviously going to make me a bit biased to me thinking they're a good player, but also, you just got to look at their stack size. Like, you don't get, 3.5 buy-ins up on a table, most of the time anyway, without being somewhat reasonably competent. And the problem I've got is I'm on the right of Bria. Am I on the right? Bria's on my left, yeah. Can't tell my right and lefts anymore. And the problem with that is obviously I'm not going to have position most of the time if I get into a hand with what I deem to be probably the best player at the table. So I think what I'm going to have to do is leave this table and join a different 20 NL table. Meanwhile, we're in a weird hand over here. We call 3-bet with Queen Jack suited. We flop the flush draw. Now we've hit our flush on the river. Do a slight overbet. Hey, we get the value. We get the call. Against 10, yeah, a pair of 7s. Okay. Okay, mate. You do you with your pair of 7s. Because this is going to be weird now, because I'm going to have to leave this table next big blind. The problem I'm going to have with trying to leave this table now is I can guarantee what's going to happen. I'm going to try and leave it, and then when I try and get back into a different table, it's just going to put me back in the same one, because you can't table select on Run It Once. It's a slight flaw, but again, at the end of the day, as it says there, this is only a beta version. Calling with a 5-7 suited. Not a very good flop, to be honest. Pretty weak source. I'm going to throw a raise in here, though. I'll tell you for why. Actually, let's see if it works first, and I'll tell you at the end. Hey, it works. So that was the first reason that I was doing it. The second reason I was doing it was because I had a few backdoors. So any 4, any 8 would give me a straight draw, any heart would give me a flush draw. So I've got outs to basically potentially make a decent hand later on. But obviously, rather than calling there, I'm better off raising where I can potentially get my opponent to just fold straight out. So I don't do shit like that very often. Sorry, excuse me, I'm yawning here. It's been a long, trying day. Raising up the ace-10 here while we try and get back into a 20 NL match. And sure enough, we've gone straight back to the same fucking table that we just left. Not what we want. What would happen if What I might do is I might leave one of these other tables in a sec, and then I'll open up 2 tables of 20 NL. Then one of them won't be the table that I left. Then I can leave that table and I'll be left on one that I want to play at. There you go, see how that works? Brilliant, isn't it? Unfortunately, we've run out of beer, so I might have to go and get a beer in a sec, guys. Meanwhile, I'm going to raise up the ace queen. Abraham's having a long old think about this. He's thinking, do I want to fold? Do I want to call? Do I want to raise? Folds. Well, we flop top pair and a shit kicker. With our queen 9, we've got a backdoor flush draw as well. I'm going to try and get called by Blake here. See if we can get called by some random 5s, some random 4s, some straight draws, things like that. He's having a good old thing. They like to have a good old think on Run It Once. Say what you want about the people who play at Run It Once, myself included, but like having a good old think about what they're going to do. Here it's no different as well. Time banks being used all over the fucking shop. I'm just going to call here. King Jack suited plays really fucking well post flop. We've got to splash the pot amount in the middle as well, so we're getting a super good price to just call and see a flop here. Obviously we're giving good prices to the blinds as well, but not raising it up. But we've got position, so quite happy to just play post flop, I think. And then when the flop comes ace high, we've saved ourselves some dollar. Despite the fact that we're using euros. That makes no fucking sense, does it? Oh god, my face. I exercised yesterday. I didn't exercise my face, but I exercised yesterday and exercised the day before. But I probably shouldn't have yesterday because I was like sore from the day before, and then I've done it today. Oh, sorry, did it yesterday, and now today I am in like just fucking agony all over my body, face included. Hey guys, I'm just gonna go have a pee and get a beer. So I'll be back in 2 minutes or so. I'll just run a quick 60-second ad as well while I'm on there, just so you're not sat in silence. Turn your speakers down or whatever if you want. I don't really give a shit. But I'm just gonna run a quick 60-second ad and run and get a beer and have a pee. Be back in a sec. Oh, I'm back. Back and ready for action. Thanks for your patience. Hope you enjoyed the ad as much as anyone can enjoy ads. Oh, for fuck's sake. Running wants to shout at me because I'm trying to add new tables while I'm still sat out at others. Right, where am I sat? Oh, that's not too bad actually. So I've joined a couple of 20 NL tables. So as you can see, there's this one here. And this is the one that I've just left. And I wasn't planning to come back, but actually, we're now on Bria's left. Meaning that we're going to have position against Bria a lot. So I might actually stick around at the table for a little bit and see if we can get some stuff going now that we're in a slightly better position. Yeah, on the subject of the ad that I just ran, if you want to watch the stream ad-free, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button, and you never have to see ads when I run them when I go on break. What you can see is me just punting, just completely fucking punting, and getting through. Hey, nice. Yeah, and it works the same with Twitch Prime as well. If you subscribe with Twitch Prime, it's the same as a normal subscription, so you wouldn't have to watch ads if you hit the subscribe button, basically. There you go, shameless plug over. Now let's go back to poker. I thought about calling Stanley's raise there, but 5-4 suited I think is just a little bit too weak. Not everyone feels that way. If you watch the stream from yesterday, one of the last hands, someone just went absolutely fucking bananas with 5-4 suited, and they sucked out on the river against me after we got it all in on the turn. They had a draw or two. I had pocket queens, and they hit one of their draws. It was one of the least favourite parts of yesterday, but hey ho, what can you do? So we're holding steady at the minute. We're down about a buy-in and a half, something like that. And we're kind of holding steady, which seems to be the theme of the stream at the moment. This is part of the reason why I've named this stream the roller coaster of variance, because these streams are always a fucking roller coaster. Because I tend to go down at the start of the stream, and then I go up later in the stream and finish up, and hopefully the same thing's going to happen here today. Not with flops like this, it's not though. Oh, aces might make it happen though. Come on, let's get some fucking money in the pot, shall we? Come on, guys. There's an extra 4 cents in the pot, guys. Come on, let's see the raises. Let's see the 3-bets. There's just there's free money in the middle. Oh, come on, guys. What are you doing? You believe these fuckers? Also, guys, so I don't know what I was trying to say there. Don't you love it when you just like you're live to the internet and you just can't get your words out? But what I was going to say is like thanks for hanging out in the stream, guys. And it's a lot easier to go and watch Lex Veldhouse when he's got 12,000 people watching his stream. But we run a tight ship here. I really appreciate anyone who comes and hangs out. Unfortunately, we don't make the set that we were looking for on the flop here. Surprised to see a check from Carl. I might put out a little bet here actually. Carter can certainly have some ace X, but the check from Carl is kind of weird. That's telling me he's either got like an ace king, aces, or maybe he's got something else. Not thrilled about the call on the flop, so I'm going to check the turn. Also not thrilled about the 7. I mean, reasonably, you could have pocket 8s and we could just be ahead here. You could have 5s, 6s. You could have an ace, you could have a weak ace. You could have like an ace 3 or something that he's just hoping to get me to bet into. Yeah, I think I'll check it. I had 10s. The wrong side of 9s, my friend. You were supposed to have 8s. I think if I'd been like ridiculously aggressive there and I'd just started going nuts with my bets, then I would have got there, would have got him to fold, but no such joy. Obviously, going to come in with the raise ace jack. Probably should have raised a bit bigger actually because of the splash of the pot in the middle. I think I'm just going to fold against the position raise there. It is a position raise. I call it. I don't call it though because I'm not John Malkovich or Teddy KGB. Pretty standard 3-bet in the small blind with ace-5 suited. I think a call is okay as well. I don't think you have to 3-bet every time. I need to start showing these guys who's boss. This is pathetic. This is terrible. Hands popping off all over the place on this table. Meanwhile, we got a hand ourselves here that we're raising up, and I'm probably going to expect to see. That wasn't what I was expecting to see. In which case, I'll fold. We get folds with the ace king suited, and we have ace 10 suited that we're going to 3-bet. Again, I think a call is fine as well. And we're going to one and done this. Bet pretty big. It's quite a connected flop. I mean, the ace on the turn is a good card for us. A very good card for our range. Our opponent can have ace king, but not too often, I don't think. I'm going to throw a little c-bet out again. If they jam now, I think we fold. But against the call, I think what we do here is we just check. And if they had like an 8-9 or some random like queen jack of clubs, something like that, they're potentially going to jam the river, thinking that we've like also missed the draw or something like that. So it's not the most ideal place to call an all-in, don't get me wrong, but I think we can. Ah, queen jack of clubs. What did I fucking say? What did I say? Blake, where's the replay on that? And that is why you check that river, because sometimes he will just jam with queen jack of clubs and gonna have a sexy party. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna fold this as soon as he decides to make a c-bet. There you go. We're going to call the 3-bet here with the ace-queen suited. I don't know what it is about ace-queen suited, but I really hate playing it. Like, I hate playing ace-queen suited. Because you end up in this situation so fucking often. Or you hit, you know, top pair aces and they've got ace-king or some shit like that. So, I'm going to let that go. But we are going to call our bottom set here. A really dangerous board this. We don't want to start just piling money in, I don't think. I mean, we can by all means, but I don't think we should. Because we want them to be bluffing with their, you know, ace X of hearts. Oh, so ace X with the ace of hearts, if you know what I mean. Meanwhile, we got hands popping off. I think I'm just going to jam this. And we beat the ace 5. Oh, question is, what is that? That's a 3 on the river. They could have king jack, which beats us. They could have jack 9, which beats us. I don't think they're going to be doing that with those hands. They could have 2 pair. They could have ace queen or ace 10 actually. Good thing. I'm not thrilled about it, but I think I do need to call my bottom set. Queen 9. We get the fucking money, guys. Money. Don't know why I'm saying money like that, but it's fun. Let's try it. God, they didn't think we had anything there. Clearly. And we pick up I mean, that was a 300 big blind pot, to be fair. All in all. So at the moment we're doing terribly on the 20 NL tables, just to let you know we're not really getting any hands going, but we've got other shit going on our 4 NL tables that is keeping us going for the minute. The Jack's not the best card in the world really. Ace Jack gets there now, so does King Jack. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one this actually. I'm not really sure what to do. I feel like betting makes sense, but then he's only really calling me with hands that that beat me. But now, haha. Now I think we jam and try and get called by Ace King. We get fold. I mean that's fair as well. Like I kind of expected him to do something like that, but there we are. Where are we at now? Okay, so we've clawed back. We were sat at around 174 at one point. We've clawed back a fair bit. I'm quite pleased with that. We're still down a buy-in in terms of, you know, if you're classing 20 NL as a buy-in, we're down a buy-in because that's where we lost the 20 euro pot earlier. So but this is the thing, it's quite nice kind of taking a little bit of a shot at 20 NL whilst also keeping my 4 NL grind going as like backup, so that, you know, if 20 NL goes fucking horribly but 4 NL goes okay, then at least there's a little bit of more of a cushion, if you know what I mean. And also, strictly speaking, my bankroll will be a lot less right now if I wasn't taking shots to 20 NL, because thus far, every session that I've played 20 NL, I've had a winning session. So I'm on borrowed time, and it's going to happen eventually that I'm going to have a losing session, obviously. We find ourselves in a heads-up match, as often happens. I'm going to raise up my suited ace, heads up. And if I remember rightly from my GTO studies, this should be a bet pretty much every time with just about your entire range. Come on, Savannah, come back to the table. Try value betting fucking Queen 9 into me when I've got a set again. That'd be great. I mean, strictly speaking, what we want right now is we want to pick up a pot on the 20 NL tables, because thus far we've not had anything to shout about on them at all. one hand earlier where we made a quite frankly stupid decision to shove, where we probably shouldn't have, and it's cost us dearly. If I'd have just, you know, check folded or whatever on that river, then I'd be down, I don't know, a fiver or something like that at the moment. But there's no point going through ifs and buts and all that shite. Obviously, I'm mainly looking for folds here. I'd rather just pick up the 120 and see a flop. But ace jack's one of those hands that you don't really want to call out of position with it, because it doesn't play brilliantly post flop, so you'd rather just raise it up and try and get folds right off the bat. Interesting that Tiffany tanked there. Given the fact that she only limped, you'd expect her range to be pretty shit, but I had a good old think about it. See the call from Stanley, and I'm not particularly happy about it, but we do need to throw out a little C bet. About 215, I think is about right. Thing is, Stanley was at the table earlier where he saw me go and make a really fucking wild move against Bria here, so I feel like Stanley's going to be more inclined to call with some stuff. I'm going to come in for a second C bet here. Because he will be calling with ace king sometimes on the flop there, just to try and see what I do on the turn. Yeah, this is done now for me. I've put in 45 big blinds. I'm not putting any more in now. So Stanley, you can just show me the bad news, mate. Oh, he did what? He had ace king as well, guys. So the exact hand that I put him on, or the exact hand that I said like you can have this hand a lot of the time. Wow. I mean that's quite stationary for my books. Calling flop, fair enough. Like I completely understand his call on the flop, but the call on the turn I don't fully understand. In position, called 9 high flop. Sorry guys, I'm just a bit quiet here while I'm trying to get this note to happen. Yeah, cold brick turn, checked back. River board pair. I mean, I can't really say a lot more than that because there literally is nothing else to say about that. But it's, yeah, that's pain. It's really fucking painful when you think you've got them sussed and they call you down with the hand that you think they've probably got anyway. That sucks. I was hoping we were going to get some value from a flush there, but alas, we are not. Okay, so the half a big blind or so that we'd clawed our way back with, we've just spunked off to Stanley. It's one of those things though, like when he calls on the turn, flop as I said, flop as I said, I can understand him calling ace king, but turn I don't get it. I know I'm only betting a small amount there, but that's exactly what I'd be doing with like aces, kings, and queens as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't feel like comfortable with it. Put it that way. I don't feel comfortable with my opponent's play that beat me. Who'd have guessed? And this is it's a good flop for my range. The problem is against two opponents, one in position, one out of position. It's not the most comfortable situation to be in. If I was heads up against either player, I'd probably c-bet, but against two players, I don't think c-betting is going to be a good move. I didn't even see the other. I did not even realize there was another player in the hand. I thought it was only against two players, but no. Certainly against three players, you're just asking for fucking trouble if you c-betting with a gut shot. And two overs that are normally never good anyway. Okay, it's time to turn this frown upside down. It's time to get some shit happening, get some shit moving. Hey, we pick up a pot. Pick up a pot. Once again, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, just hit the follow button. Stream every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Is my new schedule I've just put together. Meanwhile, we got a massive hand going on here. Yeah, hit the follow button if you want to see me go live next time I'm on. What? Oof. Oh, you hate to see it. Meanwhile, I'm tired of Savannah 3-betting me here, and I'm going to start throwing my weight around a bit. I'm heads up, I've got an ace. Savannah decides to 5-bet shove. I mean, I don't think there's a lot I can do there. It's just, it sucks. I think my best bet against Savannah now is just going to be to do what I did to stack her for 150 big blinds earlier, which is play post flop, try and make a hand, and yeah, just let her fire into me. She seems really aggressive, so. You know, there's a hand, a pot, whatever you want to call it, developing down here. Also an all-in, queens against tens, and the queens get there and hold at the same time. I'm not a big fan of ace-9, as I said earlier, but heads up, it is a very strong hand. We pick up the open-ender on the turn, so we'll see what Savannah does, but in all likelihood we'll probably just call. The 8 on the river. It's actually not bad for our range. We're going to have a lot of 8-9 here. We take this line with that. Some ace 8s as well. The devil in me is wanting to bluff here. The devil in me wants to shove, but the devil in me wanted me to shove earlier on as well, and I lost a hefty old pot. Generally speaking, if I know it's the devil in me that's talking, that's telling me to shove, then I know it's probably the wrong decision. We got hands developing all over you guys though. We got kings. We're just gonna bet strong for value, try and get called by some ace queens and whatnot. And just gonna bet strong. I've left myself a weird amount for the river. That's fine. Just happy to get the win there for a change. Meanwhile, we got jacks here. We 3-bet and get called in 2 positions, which is terrible given that we've got queen high flop here. So we're just going to check that back. Oh, it's not a good sign, guys. It's not a good sign. Especially when we got the call as well. Call is what makes me nervous about seeing one of these 2 players having a queen here. You watch the jack come on the river. No. Yeah, there's the queen. I mean, when you 3-bet and then you get a cold call and another call, it's usually not a good situation. Hey, we get the pot there. It turns out Stanley actually had pocket 7s, which fits right in my assessment of Stanley that they are a calling station. Given the fact they called me 2 streets early with ace king, no draw and nothing, and made me look like a fool with my pocket jacks. And looks like we got someone who's decided that they're playing a push shove game, push fold. I said push shove yesterday on stream as well. Push fold game here, and the N. They're playing for all of the money. Do get some of those at 4 and L. Wow. Carl K going all in with the pair and the open ender there. Wow, that was a massive pot as well. Wow. Oh wow. Meanwhile, we've made a wheel. I'll get this hand up for you guys now. We got to worry about 7-6, but aside from that, we're not worried about anything else. Feel like Savannah's got like a 2-pair or something here. Does fold, fair play. Okay. Struggling to find a place to put this this table so you can watch it. Yeah. The other table comes over the top. I'll just get rid of it. So Carl K raises with the 9-7 suited. Irving comes back over the top with ace queen. C bets big, and then Carl K just goes nuts and just decides, you know what? I want to play for all the fucking money. And Carl K gets his wish, gets called by ace queen, and Irving wins a nice little 300 big blind pot there. I mean, I've had some pretty bad pots during this session, but none quite that bad. Can you imagine what Irving would have been like though if he'd lost that hand? I don't think he would have been too happy. Right, can I open this window now? Right, well, I can open the curtain. Try and get some fucking air in here. Meanwhile, pocket queens. We're obviously going to throw in, I think about pot size actually is quite nice here. I mean, Andy N is pulling all the moves today. I mean, can't fold against someone who's been shoving all in constantly every fucking hand. Of course they fill up the straight. The nutter who's been shoving all in almost every hand flops a straight and then shoves. I mean, what can you do? Literally nothing. There's nothing I could do there. Against that particular player at that particular time, there is fuck all I could do. That's really annoying. Hopefully Savannah can help us get some of our money back here. And of course, he's gone. He's bailed from the table. Every fucking time, man. Rebet the jacks. Oh, here it comes on the stream now. Just gonna watch myself get severely pissed off all of a sudden. Yeah, there it is. Fucking what a dickhead. Like, if you're going to be someone who just shoves all in, like, randomly almost every hand, at least have the common courtesy to fucking lose when I pick up queens. That's just common courtesy, common decency, you know? Makes you a bad person if you don't let me win there. Can we have better luck now with ace king suited? Can we have better luck with ace 10 suited? Can we have better luck with ace 3 offsuit? Well, ace king we get the c bet through. Ace 10 we don't get the, well, we got 3 bet and now it's come king high board and is terrible for us, so we're just gonna fold that out. The ace 3 we get called after our 3 bets. See a really connected ace high board. We're gonna throw in a c bet here. We really want to charge Stuart's draws. Fortunately, we get the fold. I realise that might sound like I said unfortunately, but I meant fortunately. Like, it's fortunate to get a fold there because it's a really dicey board. It's speaking of dicey boards, we've got jacks on an ace high board where there's a lot of stuff going on in the middle. Yeah, and he's got the ace. And we flop 2 overs and a gut shot to the nuts here with a backdoor flush draw. We're going to be calling at least one here. Fortunately, we don't see the jack is not great. Gonna have to fold now. There's a load of hands happening all over the place, guys. We've got trip 9s on the river here. Ace king isn't gonna amount to very much at all, I don't think. Gotta throw in the raise with the trip 9s on the river here. And we're also c-betting our ace queen here, which is making Bria think. And we're going to fold to that. And then Savannah folded against our raise then as well. We've got a bunch of hands going on all over the place at the minute. We can call this for sure. And hope to see the good news, and we do see the good news. Days. And we get raised here while we've got a top pair with a not the best kicker in the world, but the turn card is actually quite good for us. It's surprisingly good for us. If they had like an ace 3 or something like that, we've counterfeited it. Queen on the river shouldn't change much. Shouldn't change anything actually. If we were already behind ace queen, then you know nothing's changed. So, and if they had ace jack, then we're now chopping. So we're obviously calling the river. And they've just got ace 10 as well. Okay, fair enough. We're now heads up with Bria, although it looks like, yeah, Tiffany's coming back into the fray. I've no idea where I'm at. Yeah, we're down quite a bit today, guys. We're down about 2 buy-ins at 20 NL. It's been a tough session, I'm not going to lie. It's been a really tough session. I've made a couple of mistakes, like that's on me. I can't do anything about that. I think there's a few spots where maybe I've either lost out on value or have just not played my best, basically. We take it down with the 9s there. We've got 9s everywhere, basically. Bet small here and a bet small here. And we're going to bet small here again. Either 4 on the river. Feel like Savannah could have a jack here. Could also have, could definitely have a flush. But could also have like queen 10, even king 10, king queen, so, some stuff like that, you know. So I'm gonna check back and see if I can do something stupid with one of these hands that miss. And let's just hope we don't see the flush now. 7 deuce suited. That, my friends, would constitute as doing something stupid. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about doing something stupid when I'm the one doing something stupid. Till it goes wrong. But that was like, I don't even... They called the flop with 7 high and a backdoor flush draw, and that was it. They had nothing else to go with. It's an interesting way of playing poker, for sure. I'm not giving up on the sesh yet, guys. I'm not giving up yet. It's been a tough one. Don't get me wrong, it has been a fucking tough one today. It's been a struggle, but you know what? I was going to say something really lame then. I chose not to. I realised I just left you hanging when I said, you know what? And I think we need to bet a bit more here on the turn. 5 ain't great. We see the 10 on the river. I'm struggling to think of hands that Bria would cause 2 streets with that I don't block. Certainly like set of 3s, set of deuces, but I think I'm going to check this over and then just see what she does. She does check it back. That looked like an auto check, so it looked like she was just going to fold. Ah, yeah, she had 5-6, so she would have got a fold. Or she would have folded the river anyway. By bet. But I mean, the positive out of that is betting strong on the flop and turn. I managed to get some value, and I gave her the opportunity to do something stupid on the river, in the same way that I did with Savannah a minute ago. Ah, you hate to see it. But Bria appears to be a better player than Savannah, and also a better player than I am, given the fact that she didn't take the bait. Gotta have respect for players who give you a proper challenge, like what I'm feeling right now. Oh, this is a spicy turn. This is a really fucking spicy turn, actually. I mean, I'm licking my lips and doing all sorts of things with my mouth here. Everything apart from talking. What do I do here? A check? Opportunity to do something stupid, perhaps? No? Bet for value against the queen? Is that a thing? We do that? Okay, well we don't get the value, but we do win the pot at least. That's something. Meanwhile, Blake is trying to have a big dick contest with me, and I'm just not feeling it. Coming straight back over the top of you, Blake. If Blake shoves, then we're folding. But we're not going to be put in that position, thankfully. Today, no guys, you're not missing anything on the other tables. I'm mainly just folding everywhere. Not a lot happening. There's some stuff happening by here now. Basically just trying to get value from a flush draw. I realise I have a flush draw as well, so maybe it's not the best place to do this, but meanwhile, Blake, we're fucking going toe to toe again. I don't see me folding, even against a shove as big as this, because we're heads up, and I've just started 4-betting Blake a lot more. So I mean, this will suck if he's got something or gets there or whatever, but I think we need to go with it. Heads up. Ace King, we need to hold. We hit the jack. Yes. That's the fucking one, guys. That's the fucking one right there. That was a big spot to hold there, actually. There. Was a big old spot to hold in. Okay, we've clawed back slightly again. We're still down on the day quite a bit, but the situation isn't quite as dire as it was about 10 minutes ago. We're raising up the 10-8 suited here. Get the folds. 7 deuce. We're going to fold the 7 deuce. Meanwhile, we get 3-bet by Blake here. We call with the king queen, and unfortunately, the flop is terrible. We'll let that one go. But we are 3-bet in the ace queen suited ourselves on the other table over here. I mean, this is one of those kind of 50-50 pots where it's like it's both good and bad at the same time. It's good for our range, but it's bad for our actual hand. We can only hope that Stuart here just has like a pocket 8s or pocket 7s and lets it go, really. Or we can hope to hit the nuts on the turn. In which case... let's make it an even 5. Sucks. You're really hoping there that he's got like king queen and comes along for the ride, and then we just get to free roll with the nuts. Meanwhile, I got pocket 7s against Bria, and she decides to fold. This is a little bit of a battle here with Bria, to be honest, because whilst I'm not showing the table that much, we're going toe to toe quite a bit, but in like very subtle ways, like c-bet in the flop and 3-bet in pre-flop and stuff like that. Like not necessarily with anything particularly special, but we are going for it. So I'm going to be 3-betting here with the ace 10, for example. It's not the best of flops in the world. Not the worst either. We can certainly c-bet at it with our gut shots to what would effectively be the nuts. And we also have a backdoor nut flush draw as well here. Wow, Bria just coming straight over the top with the raise. And yeah, I can't really do a lot against that. And flopped 2-pair here, and the fucking turn's a really shitty card. I did think about raising, but I thought, you know, it's going to be tough to get value from anything. And I think we want to put a little blocking bet in here. Try and get called by like an ace 9. Obviously, if they raise, then we're folding. But I think we fucking queen jack. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, at least the river wasn't a queen, right? Imagine if it'd been a 10. Could have been spicy. That's not the best. That's not the best flop in the world, is it? We're playing some 3-bet pots here. Heads up. You know, there's an all-in kings against ace king and the king's hold. Savannah's not having any of my 4-bet here. She decides to come over the top, and we're going to fold it out. Meanwhile, we pick up the jacks against Bria. We will be coming in for the 3-bet again here. And I've misclicked my ace queen here. I meant to raise more than that, but there we are. And yeah, we're going to throw in our standard c-bet size here, I think. And I mean, this does nothing for my self-esteem at all. I mean, Bria here could certainly have oh, what could Bria have? Bria could have some spades, like ace queen of spades or something like that. The problem is that because I've got the jack of spades, it cuts out some of the combos that she could potentially have. Yeah, and I'm just kind of forced into a really ugly fold, I think. I'm going to check raise here on the flop. Got an open ender, but not a lot else. I'd rather just kind of win the hand here if I can, and I do. Bria's starting to go to town on my ass. Well, we get 3-bet, we call and flop various nut draws, which is great stuff. Just gonna call and try and hit one of those draws. Hit a queen. Not really much reason to bet here. We've got showdown value, so I'm happy to check this down. Oh, they've got ace queen as well. Okay. All in the big blind, and we pick up mid pair. Gonna call, obviously. Oh, my neck. And we take it down. Wasn't really any reason to bet there, to be honest. It was more of a let's leave it go. Right, anyway guys, I think it is probably time for me to call this a day now. It's been an exhausting one, I'm not gonna lie. I was already exhausted before I started the stream. We're down 2 buy-ins at the 20 NL level, which is, you know, really sucks. We're actually down more than what we started with yesterday when we finished up for the day. Yeah, I'm just going to play a couple more hands here, and then I think it's going to be time to call it a day. Hey, we get some value with our nut flush. Raising Bria up here, who's started putting the aggression on me quite a bit, so I'm conscious I may see some 3-betting going on here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make a stand here and call, and that is just a fucking awful flop. The only kind of consolation is that it's awful for Bria's range. It's a lot worse for her range than it is for ours. In which case, I'm going to do something stupid and I'm going to put in a raise. I'm purely playing range versus range battle here. Like, I'm not expecting my queen jack to be good ever, or to even make a better hand than whatever Bria's got. I'm just purely playing the ranges here. And call me crazy, but I mean, this is a little crazy, but Ah, for fuck's sake. Guys, if you want to be good at poker, just don't listen to anything I say ever. I mean, like, ever. Just don't bother. Just don't listen to me. Because clearly I ain't got a fucking clue what I'm talking about. There I am saying this is better for my range than it is for her range. And she has the exact hand that I'm trying to represent. Rhea must be licking her fucking lips right now, playing against me. Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty shocking session as far as I can see. And this is the problem when you're playing under-rolled at a certain stake, then you end up really down really quick. Not necessarily emotionally down, I mean down in terms of bankroll, you know. Well, we still got all our other tables open as well at the minute. Oh. Raising up the ace queen suited here against Bria. Fully expecting a 3-bet to come in. She seems to be liking the 3-bet, but not on this occasion, and that is a terrible flop for us. Terrible flop for our actual hand, but we do flop. Oh, sorry, we do turn a queen. We need to see what Bria does here. I mean, the one thing that I've kind of got working in my favor against Bria now is that Bria's never going to believe me if I actually have a hand. If that makes sense. Well, you'd like to think anyway. Because I've lost 2 massive pots against Bria, both times making stupid bluffs. I mean, what's that all saying? Don't bluff at the micros. I don't think this is quite micro stakes, but still. Been a long day, guys. I think I'm done. I'm done. Where's the sit out? There it is. Hopefully we can recover a little bit of our lost pride against Savannah here with our trip 8s. I'm just gonna call again. Hopefully Savannah's got like an ace jack or something. Wow, we got called by 9s? Jesus, Savannah, you crazy girl. And Savannah immediately left straight after that. Okay, well we did recover some of our lost pride against Savannah there. We've got 1 table left. All the others are done now. Play these last 2 hands or so on here. I'm fucking with things that I shouldn't be fucking with here. Okay, so we recovered a little bit of our lost pride, but nowhere near enough. And this table's going to close here now, so I'll just knock it straight off. Right, cheers for coming along, guys. What can I say? It was a fucking shockingly bad session. I mean, I've ended up down 3.5 buy-ins, 2.5 buy-ins, 2.5 buy-ins. I've ended up down somewhere in that region for 20 NL. And two of those losses have come from bluffing, where I really had no business bluffing, and one hand where I lost like half a stack, making some C bets that maybe were a little bit questionable. But there we are. Can't do a lot about it now. Just got to kind of accept that it's done and try not to do it next time. So yeah, cheers for hanging out, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Cheers.